What's going on? Hope everybody had a fantastic Valentine's Day and or Valentine's Day weekend. We made some time, took the kiddo out to a movie, took my wife and the kiddo out to dinner a few times, so we had a fantastic weekend. Until now, but we'll get past it and we'll figure it out. So, first things first, yesterday we hit 1,000 subscribers. I want to say thank you to you all very, very much. It's a fantastic feeling, specifically because of the reason that we never made this channel to get subscribers. And I'm going to make a video tomorrow. It was supposed to be today, but it didn't happen. About why we started a channel, how we came to be. And the last year for us has been a pretty crazy roller coaster. But more on that tomorrow, so tune in. But I just want to say thank you, everyone, for the 1,000 subscribers. I don't know where we're at now, and there's been some people along the way that have helped me out. Go check out Watkins Tree Farm. He shared something that said, hey, Pheasant Lane Farm is getting close to 1,000 subscribers. And just like that, we hit the 1,000. And he messaged me later and said, hey, one of my buddies was your 1,000th subscriber. So I thought that was pretty cool. And just because when we do get some hoodies made, I'm going to send those guys one. So Watkins Tree Farm, if you're watching this, you got a hoodie coming your way like I told you. And Kyle, being you are our number 1,000, we're also going to send you a hoodie when we get those. Sometime here in the near future, I hope. Still trying to find a graphic designer, but I guess that's another story. So, as you can see, we are in the garage tonight. And I know the lighting is horrible. I didn't plan on really doing a video tonight, but I thought maybe this can help you guys out. So what happened? My wife moved the tractor and said, hey, there is some antifreeze underneath the tractor. And I thought, great, not this again. So this will be my third time I've had an issue with this tractor leaking antifreeze. I bought this tractor brand new, March of 2020. Had about less than an hour on it. I think like 0.5 hours on it. When I got to the point where I had around 10 hours on it, I took it to the in-laws, used the land plane, freshened up their driveway. And it got dark, went in and had dinner with them. Got it home. Something just didn't smell right. I didn't see anything on the trailer. Got it in the garage, popped the hood, and the antifreeze reservoir was really low. I didn't harm the engine, nothing like that, but it was low. And found where a hose clamp had not really been tightened. It actually slid off about 2 inches from where it was supposed to be. So called the dealer the next day. They said, no problem. Next time you're up here, we'll grab some antifreeze. We apologize. We usually go over everything like that. We must have missed one. All right, it happens. So then, fast forward to when we had about, I want to say between 75 and 100 hours on the tractor. Had another issue. It wasn't as bad, but that one was hard to find because it was actually leaking up underneath the motor, dripping down onto another hose. Then the drip would run over, fall, and then kind of splatter. So it was kind of misleading from where the leak was coming from. I have no idea where tonight's leak is coming from. Like I said, it's we just got home from dinner with the in-laws, and it's almost 10 o'clock at night. So I'd rather be in the house watching a movie or watching the news. Because what makes this worse is in about 2 to 3 hours, we have a snowstorm coming through that's supposed to dump between 8 and 12 inches. And as you can see, this is our only mode of plowing out our 900-foot driveway. So we're hoping that I can find this leak tonight. I did pop the hood when she told me about it. The reservoir is at the regular level, so it must have just started. And I just looked, and since she parked the tractor, there's a little bit on the ground. So we're going to go over there, we're going to check that out, and hopefully we can find it. But I hope that this can help you guys out. I'm on all the tractor forums, whether it be Kubota or most of the other brands, just because I know you can learn a lot from these guys, especially when it comes to modding these tractors and, you know, horsepower and what guys are doing with them. I just enjoy tractors. Just because I own a Kubota does not mean that I'm not a fan of the other brands. So we're going to go over here, pop the hood, try and find this leak. It's 19 degrees outside right now, and I think it's about 45, 48 here in the garage. So I'd like to get this done, go in the house, take a shower, and go to bed. But We'll see what we can find over here in a minute. Well, from last time I was down here, I believe these take a 12mm socket. This one just takes one bolt to remove that shielding there, or whatever you want to call it. But I guess I better get into it. Obviously, this is a Kubota. The model is an L3901. I bought this new in 2020. Like I said, this is HST R4's LA525 loader. Very happy with this tractor, but it's just times like this where it gets a little frustrating. This motor is the D1803 CRE4 3-cylinder little Kubota diesel. So let's get this one off here. Pardon me getting in front of the camera. Still getting around with one arm mostly right now. A lot of people have been asking lately about what's going on, and I appreciate it. I have a doctor's appointment this week, and then I already have some testing scheduled, trying to figure out the extent of what the next procedure is going to be on my arm. But that popped right out. Grab this and pull that out this way if we can. Alrighty. Let me move you closer and I'll show you the ones that I've had to fix so far. Alright, figured if we're going to do this, we're going to do it right. I wanted you guys to see as best you could. I started the tractor, I got the loader up in the air as high as I can get it in my garage. And there is a piece of 3x4 oak underneath that in case something would happen or I'd break a hose. I don't have a loader arm coming down to smash me on the head. But always be careful, guys. Safety first. So, right here, and I'll have to pull out my other flashlight here. So, back of the radiator here on the bottom, here's hose clamp number 1, which I refer to it. This one was the one that was loose when I bought the tractor. So we'll snug that back up a little bit. This bottom hose runs right here behind the exhaust, underneath the shield. And there's another hose clamp right in here. This hose clamp's hard to get to. You actually have to reach up in here and go down at it at that angle right there, or if you have a little bit of a socket. But that one, there's one thing that's telling me it's not that hose clamp, and I'll tell you why real quick. So this radiator hose goes underneath the shield. Right here on the back side of this shield, I noticed there's a little bit of antifreeze. And so I'm thinking it's going to be the hose clamp I had last time. Which, you would think it would be something in this area, because it runs down here, it drips on this radiator hose, and then drips down to the ground. And that's right where we were. We are on the left side of the tractor, if I didn't tell you guys that. Port side, if you guys are boaters. But, this is what took me so long to find the last one. You see this belt right here. There is another radiator hose right here. Tilt you back a little bit so you can see. Coming out of the top of the radiator. Let's double check this one, even though I'm pretty sure it's not that one. Bear with me here. That one's tight. So this hose goes down behind your particulate filter and goes right back in here. And I'm gonna have to move the camera to get you guys another view. But while you're right here, I'm gonna tell you what happens. Where this top radiator hose hooks in up here, I'm pretty sure it's leaking because I see a little bit of antifreeze up here on the back side of this plate. So what it does is it'll leak out of that one, it falls down, it hits the belt, splashes over here, hits this guard, goes down here, so it always makes it think that it's this radiator hose when it's actually the back side of this hose. So it can be a little tricky. Let me move this camera around and try and get you guys a better angle of that. All right, over here, left side of the engine still. And we're gonna show you this angle. Might make it a little more clear. It is complicated. They're cramming a lot of stuff in here, specifically with the motors that have the diesel particulate filters on them. So right here in front of us, with the orange dot at each end. I'm going to refer to this as the lower radiator hose. This should be spot number 1. That hose clamp right there was the one that was pretty loose when I got this tractor and lost quite a bit of coolant there. Number 2, actually this hose is pretty simple, runs around the exhaust right there, as you can see, goes underneath that guard for the belt, and right there, and you can see that hose clamp right inside of there. It's kind of tricky to get to. Just make sure the tractor is cool, and I would go through and between that belt and go that way. So that is number 2, lower hose right there. We're going to go up. We're going to call this the upper radiator hose with the 2 orange dots on it. That hose clamp is pretty easy to get to also if you have the loader in the air. And like I stated earlier, safety is paramount, guys. So make sure you put something underneath that loader. You don't want this come crashing down on your head. All right, so this one is a little trickier to get to because you're working around the diesel particulate filter. So goes down, around, and right into here. Now it's not that hose clamp on the bottom, that's for your air filter. So we're gonna go up, kind of get you right, that hose clamp right there in the upper part of the viewing angle. That is the one that causes some of the issues. And if you can see on that hole right there, just to the right of that, there is what appears to be some coolant dripping from there. So I believe what happens is there's that hose coming around. There we go, a little bit better view. I believe that coolant drips out of there. I'm not sure what that piece is there, but you can see it's kind of flat in the front. I believe it splashes down on that and hits the belt. I've noticed a little bit of green residue on the belt. The belt's spinning, and you can see right here, hopefully, right in there, coolant. Sorry, I'm trying to work here with a camera and a light in one arm here. So the only thing I can figure out is it is dripping down from that hose. It's not wanting to go into focus. That hose clamp right up there, dripping down on top of that onto the belt. The belt is spinning. It's hitting the guard. It's landing down here. And then it will run forward because that's the way that's angled, especially when the tractor's out there bumping around. It drips down onto that belt, or excuse me, onto the lower radiator hose. Because if you look down there, you can see what appears to be some antifreeze residue, and then drips down. I've had these lines covered in antifreeze, and you can still see, I didn't notice that till now, there's a drip of antifreeze right there. And if we look down, right there. So guys, I know this isn't the easiest to see, and like I said, it wasn't the easiest to film, but hopefully this will save you guys some frustration. This is not what I want to be doing tonight on a nice Sunday night before a snowstorm. But got to take care of your equipment. I'm going to go ahead and top off the coolant there. Sorry for my filthy garage. This really hasn't been a priority lately. And that's it, guys. I need to clean it up a little bit, but at least it is greased on the regular. So that's going to go ahead and wrap this video up, guys. As you can see, trying to set up the tripod and get a good view in there. We'll walk around here, not get underneath the loader. And yep, very happy with this tractor, but I wish they would double check these hose clamps a little better than what they do. But what are you going to do? And I'm surprised I haven't caught any grief for it yet the other day, guys. I did mention in a video that I'm not 100% happy with the saw haul. But I might give those guys a call here once I start cutting more, hopefully after this next surgery. So, all right, I think that's going to go ahead and wrap this video up. All right, so we got lucky tonight. Only took about 35-40 minutes to find that and get it on film. So I know it's probably not the best video, but hopefully quality wise. But I hope that the content is there. Like I said, this was very frustrating for us, especially when it kind of first happened and we didn't realize it. But the first time you put any strain on a piece of equipment, that's the time you need to look at these things the most. I've heard of guys running them all the way out of coolant, having some big issues, and then not just Kubota, but some other companies, and not wanting to cover them. So, very important, check your coolant hoses, your lines, whatever it may be, check your reservoirs. I look at that tractor all the time, even though I'm not the one using it lately. But always checking the fluids, make sure the air filter's clean, make sure the screen's clean. Screen shouldn't be that big of an issue in the middle of winter like it is here, or even the air filter for that matter. But for what these things cost, and I know this isn't even an expensive tractor in the scheme of things, maintenance is key. So that's going to wrap this up, guys. I appreciate you watching. Like I said, I appreciate you guys helping us get to 1,000 subscribers. If it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be here. I don't know what the next step is, any of that stuff. We're just going to keep putting out videos of content that we think is helpful or what we enjoy and what we're doing on a day-to-day basis. Kind of funny because we had 1,000 subscribers last night, and that's the first time I ever looked at any of the YouTube statistics, analytics, whatever it may be. And I was kind of surprised by the numbers. We have quite a bit of view hours and pretty low subscribers. But like I said, we're not out here begging for subscribers, guys. If you like the channel, please hit that like and subscribe button. But if you don't, that's fine. We're just out here doing what we want to do. And if you are a new subscriber or you're thinking about subscribing, tomorrow, hopefully, in the midst of kind of snowstorm, not a whole lot going on, I am going to shoot a video that kind of sums up our last year, because we've had this channel for 10, 11 months. Kind of sum up what we're about, all the roller coaster that's happened. And 2020 was a crazy year for sure. It started with literally January of 2020 was some of the happiest days of my life. And then towards the end of 2020 were some days where I was struggling with a lot of things, physically, kind of mentally stuff. So, but hey, thank you guys for being here. And I'm thankful for you guys because and all the stuff that's been going on in our lives, this YouTube gives me kind of a positive outlook and gives me something to focus my mind and energy on. So, all right, I'm going to go in. And I still might be able to catch a little bit of a movie before my wife goes to bed. So I'll talk to you guys later. As always, thanks for watching. Take care. Have fun.